Hey guys, it's Erica, and today I'm coming to you with a super embarrassing story time because I figured, you know what, why not share my misfortunes on the internet, because that seems like a great idea. That's everyone's first thought when they go through a traumatic experience in their life. Anyways, moving on. This story, I'm just gonna jump right into it because, there's a little bit of a backstory. I need to give you some information for you to understand it. But this story takes place New Year's 2015. New Year, new crisis. Okay, so I was on and off again with this boy for about 3 years. This was a period where we were off and we were considering, getting back together. Like, I was super excited. I was looking forward to it. I'm gonna name him Henry because that's the first thing that came to my mind. So Henry and I were talking about getting back together, and I was going to be spending New Year's at his house with all of my friends, my best friend Gabby, who you know about, and then I'm not going to list other names because I don't want to, throw that shit into this video. So we were considering getting back together. So you know me, I'm glamming up. I'm trying to look the best me. New year, new me, bitch. So I was getting all ready. I looked super cute. Mind you, Christmas had just taken place, and for Christmas, this is when the iPhone 6 was like popping. It just came out. So I asked for a new iPhone for Christmas, and you ask and you shall receive in this situation. I got a new iPhone. So I decided that I was gonna, this night actually, hook up my new iPhone. Well, in doing so, that meant that there was a free iPhone that, had no use. Like, it was my old phone. So my mom was like, you know what? Why don't we give it to Hannah, who is my younger sister? She's been doing good in school. Like, it's a used phone. I'm not going to get her a new phone. She's too young for a new one. But I will give her your old iPhone. Let me just compose myself because this is so traumatic and I'm just thinking about it right now, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, Erica, why on earth would you do that? So I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. I went through my phone. I didn't delete really any pictures off of it. I just went through and I deleted, most of the pictures that I wouldn't want Hannah or my mother seeing. Clearly, as the story unfolds, you will see I didn't do a well enough job of that. So retract, and I'm getting ready to go to Andrew's house. I gave my sister her new iPhone. She was, happy as a clam. Like, new iPhone, new me, bitch. Like, that's just the theme, new year, new me. But in this scenario, bitch, it can slow the fuck down. So I finally arrive at Andrew's house and everything's going great. We're playing board games because, mind you, I was 18 at this time. Like, I wasn't, I wasn't doing anything no little girl should be doing. So we were just playing. We were watching the New Year's special. I was there for a solid, let's say, 30 minutes, and I get a text, and I'm like, oh, Mom, she probably just wants to wish me a Happy New Year's. Hi, Mom, how you doing? Slide on my new iPhone 6 thinking I'm the shit, and the text says, can I get a drum roll, please? Get your motherfucking ass home. Okay. So immediately when I see text like this, I grew up with a drill sergeant of a mother. When I see a text like this, my first reaction is, I'm gonna throw up. And then my second reaction is, hello, Mom, what did I do? So I immediately see the text, I go into the bathroom, and I call my mom. And she lets me know that she found incriminating evidence on my phone. My stomach dropped. It was to my fucking toes at this point. And I'm just over here trying not to cry, compose myself. I look at Gabby and I'm like, Gab, you need to take me home right now. Right now, you need to take me home this instant. And she's like, are you serious? Like, is it that important? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, she sees the fear in my eyes and she's like, okay, let's go. So I get home. I walk through the door. I open the door literally like this. My whole family's there because they're having a New Year's get together. I open the door so slowly and I'm like, hey. And she's like, get your ass down the hall. So I was like, okay. She hands me my phone, and the first thing I see is a very inappropriate picture of my booties. So I'm like, the jig is up. I was like, I never sent them to anyone. They were just for me, you know. Looking back at this, I was 18. I really didn't owe her an explanation. You know, you become a sexual being like whenever you decide you want to. So for her to get upset with me over this, at the time I should have stood my ground more, but my mom's not someone that can be reasoned with in these kind of scenarios. So in my head I was thinking survival of the fittest, survival of the fittest. So I literally saw it, my stomach dropped, I reached a new level of fear I never knew that could be reached. I really didn't know that level of fear could be reached. So she immediately starts screaming at me, telling me how disappointed she is in me, and how that there's no way that I couldn't have sent these to boys, which she was right. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like it's not, like, it's embarrassing, but it's like, we all do it, like, so as she's doing this, I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, I'm crying, I'm like having a nervous breakdown because I think that my life's over. I get to the point that I'm so scared, and this is where I just cringe even more. I'm so scared of my mother and what she has unleashed. I fainted. I fainted on New Year's 2015 because I was so scared of my mom after she found my nudes. Yeah, that happened. So, lo and behold, hello, 911, my daughter just fainted. So, the EMTs came to my house because I fainted. Let's just get this straight. I fainted because my mom found my nudes, and I was so scared of how mad she was at me. A bitch fainted. That's what happened. The EMTs get there. Obviously, my mom doesn't tell them, like, why I fainted, but I fainted, and they assessed me. They let me know that I just was scared and that I was okay, and that my heart rate was beating out of my chest. They told me that if it didn't like settle down, they were gonna have to hang out an IV to get my heart rate to settle down. That's how disturbed and upset I was about the situation. And mind you, I'm also mortified because there's tons of people at my house and they know what's going on. Like, they know. My sister saw, my grandfather knew, which my grandfather's a saint. I literally was so fucking embarrassed that he ever knew something like that. My whole family knew what had happened and why I was in this predicament. So I literally fainted on New Year's because my mom found my news. And in the back of my head, I was like, great, I just blew my shot at getting back together with Henry. Mind you, I don't know why I'm thinking about that right now, because I think that my life's over, and I told my mom, like, I'm never gonna have a shot at getting back together with Henry, and she's like, yeah, well, you have a curfew now, and I live with my mom, and she's the type that's, my house, my rules at the time, so, yeah, so I did end up getting back together with Henry, like, 2 weeks after that, maybe, and that's another story in itself that I would love to tell another day, but, I had a curfew, couldn't go out, my cell phone was, like, strictly, like, monitored and limited at 18, mind you. That's what growing up strict is like, people. And I got to tell the story that I fainted on New Year's from fear because my mother found nudes on my phone. Why do I do the things I do? I don't know. I've never ever put myself in a situation like that again because I'm never gonna feel that embarrassment or go through that again. And yeah, that's a really embarrassing, mortifying video that you guys will all see of me telling my misfortune of when my mom caught me fucking up. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you got a good laugh. Now I can look back and laugh at it a little bit, but it's something never talked about in my family, so let's hope they don't see this video. But if they do, what up? yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this, and stay tuned because I'm going to be uploading a lot more. I decided I really want to get back into YouTube again, so you can be expecting a lot from me in the future, and maybe more embarrassing stories and misfortunes and shit that I've gone through. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe. You don't have to like anything, I'm not that bitch. But yeah, thank you, and I'll see you next time.